it allows us to tell our stories without having to ask for permission.
Oh.
Right.
And especially in regards to our culture, globally,
Yeah.
and our quest to normalize Blackness and in all the spaces,
Yeah.
and create diversity amongst even our stories.
Yeah.
I think it's a great time.
Education. You're so intent with and really kind of focused in on when it comes to you're an intelligent man, but your kids and their education. And I'm looking at the model of education, and you and I had a chance to talk about this, off camera, but I would love for you to share it with everyone else. My kids are in school 8 hours a day, and it's hurry up and get lunch, and then hurry up and go to practice, hurry up and come back home, eat dinner real quick, try to do your homework, rinse and repeat. That model seems like it's antiquated and it doesn't work. You were telling me your kids are going to school in a reduced amount of time, and it's been far more impactful. What's your thought on the system that is, especially in the States,
Well, I think education is just like food, healthcare, prison. It's a money making opportunity, and I think that when you are talking about a pay-to-play models or privatization of schools, you're always talking about a few people who have the privilege to go to what they call higher education institutions and pay for that, and the rest is sort of left in the dust.
Yeah.
So anytime a system discriminates that way, anytime a system is divisive in that way, from an economic standpoint, you are going to run into the same issues.
Yeah.
Look at what's happening right now with ICE. This is a it's a business, right? These detention centers are privately owned, and they're making billions of dollars. So I was raised in a country where schooling was the same for everybody. There's no private schools, there's no private institutions. So everybody received the same top level education, because we realize as a society that our prosperity is directly linked with the standard of educating our children. Whereas here, it's the other way around. How can we exploit the system so that we make the most money and our kids are collateral damage? So we decided to put our kids in an online school, because I didn't want my kids to be in school for 10 hours a day and then have 4 hours of homework.
Right.
It seemed so inefficient to me.
Yeah.
And also the school that we put them in was an international school, a global school where they interacted with kids from 40 other countries. So the conversation, the discussion every day in class, in online class, was very different than what they would encounter at another school.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
Way better.
Yeah. Yeah, because I find it very struggling. Like you said it best, it's just inefficient, and it doesn't allow you to maximize your kids' experience in life and just being able to expose them to things. And they're so cut off, with that, without having that type of exposure. And you're trying to just jam them into these pockets, and it's frustrating as hell. I'm at the point now where I'm like, we've got to try to do something different. And it can be hard to try to break out of the system and go, okay, how do we navigate this and give the life that we want to our kids?
Well, granted, full disclaimer, we're privileged to be able to pay for that.
Yeah.
Right? Ultimately, the goal would be to have a school system where it's state funded, but the level of education is so high that every kid really has a chance.
Yeah.
right? Not just the ones whose parents can afford it.
You know what I find that this is interesting is that when I've had cousins and family members come from Nigeria come here, I find that they're 3 grades ahead of where. So if they're a 6th grader, they're doing ninth
easy.
grade work, and everyone think, from the Americans' perspective, you're thinking, and then in Africa, like let me teach
They'll
you.
bring
like,
them back, or they'll.
It's so far off. I'm like, it blows my mind that on the continent. And even overseas, that everyone's ahead of America when it comes to our schooling system.
Yeah.
You got
just-
first graders who know their multiplications.
Not just education.
Yeah.
Healthcare.
Pathetic, man.
Yeah. Last one for me, and then we got this game, and then we're done. So LeBron James, Bronny James, Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders. I love the way they fathered, and I bring these 2 guys up because I think it has been a little polarizing in the way they've been present in their kids' lives and really helping to get them to where they are. And I'm not talking about by their name, but really just being instrumental in being intentional with that relationship like you are with your kids. What do you think about like the some of the hate and then the way LeBron and Deion Sanders and the way they father their kids into success? And I'm not saying that it's, the nepotism. I don't sit on that side. I sit on the side that they've invested so much into their kids that their kids were able to prosper from that, and not because of their name, but because of what they invested.
To whom much is given, much is required. I think they're just in a unique situation where the spotlight is on them 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine what LeBron has to deal with every day. So for him to be able to shepherd his son, to protect him, to guide him, and to do it so intentional and with personal guidance and presence, he was always there for everything. That's a huge accomplishment in my book.
Yeah.
Same for Deion, right? So I have huge respect and admiration for what they've done for their kids and with their kids, and how they've raised a seemingly normal family in this insane environment of constant scrutiny, like you said, haters and critics. I'm 100% sure LeBron doesn't even hear that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't. There's no way, right? So my hat's off to them and what they've done for their kids. As a father, I think you are the only man who wants your son to be better
Preach.
than you.
Yeah.
Right? And so to make that last as long as possible, meaning the physical presence is a blessing, is a true blessing. And then to let go and let them spread their wings and fly, I just went through that. It's the hardest thing, but it's also the most gratifying thing because, we're so proud of our sons.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Well, we appreciate that. Godfrey, what you got, man? What
Got
you
something real quick. I know you were a tennis player, man. I just want to know, you don't play tennis anymore. Do you do it every once in a while?
Pickleball?
Hold on. I was going to say, do you play that punk pickleball?
Whoa.
Thank you. I love when tennis players go.
Whoa.
Let me tell you, you're a pickleballer?
I'm getting into it.
What are you? You don't
I'm
even
allergic
look
to
right.
sound alone.
The sound makes me mad. It's like gigantic ping pong
I'm
players.
allergic to the sound.
You know what it is? It's like, and they stand there. They act like they're playing tennis. They're standing there like they're in Wimbledon.
Hey, don't hate.
Enough.
Don't hate.
I tried pickleball. I tried it. I was annoyed. The kitchen, the rotation, and the fact that someone's out of shape and hitting better than me. I was getting mad.
Yeah.
I respect tennis or ping pong.
Yeah.
Either one. Don't try to combine it. But it's from the 60s.
Yeah.
Boris or Nicole? Who's the better driver?